Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today, we'd like to represent our business in agriculture from Indonesia, and our focus is supply chain. Our team are Mr. Bima Nusantiko, Mr. Rio Prayogo Kusumo, myself Rizal Palapa, and Mr. David Danarwino, and the last one is Mr. Alwin Bojonugroho. Next. Travel Spice. Travel Spice is the name of our business. Travel Spice is a supply chain platform for Indonesian spices. We focus on supplying the spices to the entire world, especially Europe. Our goal is to create an opportunity for micro to medium farmers in Indonesia to make their products known abroad or known globally. This company established in 2006, in 2016, and we specialize in supply chain for spices from Indonesia. In according with the needs of digitization and Industry 4.0, we develop products that are able to adapt through digital platforms in order to enhance the experience with simplified distribution, information exchange, and product sharing with our new supply chain platform for end-to-end process. We have been in supply chain for Indonesian spices for 5 years. During the process, we have shipped more than 500 tons to distributors in Western Europe. Of the 500 tons, pepper, vanilla, and cinnamon, as our commodities, come from Indonesia farmers. Along with the development of digitization and Industry 4.0, we are developing products that are able to adapt the digital platform, and also to facilitate distribution, exchange information, and share information through a new product called Supply Chain Platform for ordering and sharing information. Next. Our vision is become world-known business partner for spices product of village farmer and connecting to the global market. Our mission is deliver all Indonesian spices to the entire world. And we also analyze that our strength is first, digital supply chain platform. Second is to use for ordering and payment. Third, various product from Indonesian spices, and able to ship with bigger quantity. Our weaknesses is first the need of a big warehouse for storing the spices, and then logistic need to ship all spices, to maintain spices for not easily expired, and the last one is farm technology is need to improve. And our opportunities are spices market in Europe is big, less competitive for Indonesian spices, and the last one is from our SWOT analysis is the threat are Indian spices still dominant, and many Europeans didn't know about Indonesian and Indonesian spices. And for the next slide is presented by Mr. Alwin Bojonugroho.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rizal, and I'll now continue with still in a strategic formulation. First is a 5 years objective. Our 5 years objective is to deliver and supply 500 tons from a digital platform of Indonesian spices to any Europe country. And the second, increase the number of variety products sell in Europe country. And the third, increase market share from national market 5%. And the last one, we aim to get 70 distributor and 200 farmers join in our platform. And also we have alternative strategy to get our 5 years objective, which is create and maintain connection with spices importer in Europe country or we can say it a distributor, to establishing our supply based on their demand. And the next is a strategic implementation. Our strategic implementation, there is a four strategic implementation: annual objective, device policy, motivate employee, and allocate resource. The first one is annual objective. Our annual objective, we aim to get 15 distributors and 45 farmers to join in our platform. And the next one, to create mobile application for our distributor. And the third, training farmers for utilization on digital platform. And the fourth, partnership contract with the farmers, which is improve in packaging and processing. And the last one, placing sponsorship on secondary league of football team in Italy. And our device policies is to establish service level agreement, which is SLA. And the next one is to establish standard operating procedure or SOP. And the next one, we must earn certification for ISO 27701. And the last one, earn certification for ISO 200,001 2018. Now, for our strategic evaluation, we use a balanced scorecard with 4 elements, which is a financial, customer relationship, learning and growth, and internal process. The first is a financial. The objective is to increase revenue, reduce expenses, net income, maintain cash flow, and maintain asset value. And the next one is a customer relationship. For the objective is to customer satisfaction, retention, churn rate, market share, and brand image. And the next is a learning and growth. Learning and growth is a consists of improve knowledge and skills, improve content supply, and also improve technology. And the last one is a internal process. There is a inventory, orders, cycle time, and the last one is a quality control. For the next presentation, it will be covered by Mr. Rio.
Okay, the next presentation. Thank you, Mr. Alwin, for the presentation. And the next, the NPD process. This is our main goal for the project is to create an environment for efficient and effective digitization of the supply chain for Indonesian spices, to enhance distributor experience in country abroad, firstly in Europe continent, when ordering spice to Indonesian farmer. And also any dispute resolution can be solved on our platform and take less time because of our overseas problem. This presentation, we use spiral development process because our product is a digital platform. We plan, we design, we implement, and release in a small scope, but still align with the product roadmap. We need to analyze market engagement activity, customer journey, and feedback from our customer. Based on the, we know what we should do in the next iteration. And the flow gears, NPD process, release to market, get feedback, next iteration for improvement. Plan and design is handled with the product development team or PDT, business and marketing and implementation and release is handled with engineering and marketing. PDT do planning about the product. Is it new or improvement? When the planning is done, the next step is to make a design. Design can be developed with product requirement diagram or PRD, wireframe, and markups. PRD is to help an engineer to implement the feature. Also can be used as a definition of done. While the engineer is doing an implementation, PDT can move into the next iteration and also make a commercial based on the implementation feature. Okay, the next presentation can be covered with Mr. David.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rio, for this presentation about supplier development. For strengthen our business, we have commitment to deliver our best service as our core business. We start from developing our supplier, include our farmers. Regarding supplier development, we have several activities. For continuous improvement teams in our department, we create development teams with regularly evaluation to help our procurement process is maintainability and stable. And next, for our purchasing, we create a team that understand and experience with Indonesian spices and its logistic control, but also understand how to deal with farmer and the grassroots. And next, for the material control, we looking for supplier that match our material control and the standard. And for the quality, we're looking for supplier with good quality products that match with our standard since the beginning, thereby reducing the burden on quality checks. And the last one, for our transportation, we use third party for our transportation and its mechanism or process properly chosen to deliver spices with our standard. Next slide, please. Next, for our value stream mapping. Our value stream mapping begin when the distributor order the spices. They can order 2 times a week or on a daily basis. After we receive the order, we start to order or doing an inventory checking. If we still have the amount of the spices, we start quality checking and packing the goods. If we don't have any amount of the spices, we start to order from our farmers. We have representative in our farmer's side to easily communicate with the farmer and to make sure our process on the line. The logistic from our farmer's side to our warehouse take about 5 days. And then we are doing a process for the quality checking and packing. After the spices goes on the shipping to our distributor with a plan or ship. And for next slide, will present by Mr. Bima.
Thank you, David. For supply chain management, our flow goes on our system first. When our system gives signal to order, we will create a purchase order form for farmers so they will prepare the spice that we need. After that, the logistic partner will come to our farmers and deliver spices to our warehouse. After arriving in our warehouse, we place them in a categorized rack based on spices that we had ordered. When our distributor order, we put them into our quality checking rack. If something is not good as our metrics, we put them as a defect product to the warehouse. After the quality checking is done, the next step is packing. We put the spices in our safe containment pack to make sure that our spices will not expire. Because our shipping from Indonesia to a European country, mostly using a ship for a cheap and big capacity. And also, it takes approximately a week to arrive in Europe. After our spice arrive in Europe, our distributor can distribute them to local retailers or restaurants. Consumer can buy our spices in local retailer or enjoy the food in restaurant that use our product. For the next slide, please. The customer development. The first is brand identity. We focus on spices distribution and then go green farming, increase our farmer capabilities, introduce our Indonesian spices to the entire world, and also digital platform for spices supply chain. For brand image, we have a good quality product, easy to order, have many different products. For brand integrity is on-time delivery, safe and well-containment packaging, authentic spices from Indonesian, and then brand interaction. That's all of our presentation from Spice Travel. Hopefully, this presentation able to give clarity regarding our business with point of view from strategic management, NPD process, supplier development, supply chain management, and customer development. As a closing remark, thank you for Ms. Amalia lecturer for the subject, and hopefully me and each of our team member will be rewarded with great remark on the subject. Our gratitude for having audience to listen our presentation from start to end. And then let me close this presentation in a Muslim way. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Bah, bagus.